Our journey has ended completing some of the biggest logs a level 3 can complete. We now move on to the greatest grind so far that will require me to level up in combat. Welcome to the Extreme Collection Log. So here we are at Trouble Brewing, which is going to be our next green log, which is a very AFK green log. It is basically almost exactly the same as Castle Wars, but technically you can actually complete this log a little bit quicker if you have people who are willing to do the work. So all these people are now spawned in because there are games going on. There's always games going on in World 304. So whenever you can, if you get an opportunity to do this log, just get it done as soon as possible. So I'm going to talk to Jimmy here so he can put me into a team. I don't care which team I'm going to be in, but all I know is that this Trouble Brewing log is just 33 items, which is absolutely amazing here. So the only thing we're just going to have to do is wait for this game to start, and then I'll explain what exactly you do to AFK this log. As the game has now started, all we need to do here is try to get ourselves all these buckets. Just get yourself a full inventory of buckets, make your way over to the water pump. Once you get a full inventory of buckets of water, you go straight up the ladder. Make your way over to the hopper that does have the water sign, and then put all of your buckets of water into the hopper. Once you've emptied all the buckets into the hopper, you just go back down the ladder, and then you go over to the water pump once more, and then fill up your buckets again. This is literally what Trouble Brewing is. If you want to go a little bit further, you can do a lot more by actually playing the minigame, like some of the people are actually doing here. But then what that will do is actually give you a lot more points, which is actually great to speed up the process. But all we're going to be doing here is filling up these buckets 100 times. As soon as we do have 100 buckets filled within this hopper here, we just do nothing for the rest of the minigame. Like, it's literally 20 minutes of... Actually, no. It's about 18 minutes of AFK and 2 minutes of just filling up the buckets of water into the hopper. So all I have to do is do this so many times to a point where this is now being greenlogged. And then once it's been greenlogged, then we can go on to the next collection log. So I'm not going to use up a lot of the clips of, the minigame itself. If anything, I'm just going to collect all the points needed just to greenlog this, so it's just all in one hit. So you get a consistent dinging about 27 to 30 times, if I just want to get like the early items done now. So you can see how long it actually does take me to greenlog this. So let's just go through and AFK all this here. Once this game is done, I'll probably buy the 3 cheapest items from the store. And then we're going to go through and just stay at Trouble Brewing until we just get every item to greenlog this collection log. So that is the game done. So you can see our team got 0 and the other team got 12. So you kind of want to be on the team that actually does get the points there. So we only got 100 pieces of 8, and what's kind of great about this minigame as well, they updated it to where you don't have to stress about having, those pieces of 8 in your inventory, which is great. So I'm going to go over to Jimmy here, and I'm going to buy some of the stuff that you can get from this, which is pretty cheap. So I'm going to start off with the stuff first. Now you know I've actually started this collection log. And then we're going to buy ourselves the red rum. There we go. And then we're going to buy ourselves the blue rum. So then those are the 3 easier ones to get. And now I'm just going to be stacking up all the points for me to get all of this here. So that's going to be a great time for me to try and stack all that up. It's probably going to take a while, but that's the whole point of me doing this log, because it's AFK and I actually get to play my main for a bit. So I'm going to exit out of that, and then we can see all 3 items are now there. So now we're just going to bank them, and we're going to jump back into the minigame, and we're not going to leave until we get this green log. So today is the 13th of May, so let's see how long it actually does take us to greenlog the Trouble Brewing minigame. Well, I didn't actually think I was going to get any random events during this time here, but we did get the sandwich lady with the baguette. So, do we get the stale baguette during this journey? No, you fucking... Oh, God, whatever. So 18 days have passed, and we have now gone through and got every piece of 8 that we need to greenlog the Trouble Brewing minigame. Now, during my time here at Trouble Brewing, I have understood that this is a pretty easy minigame to understand, and this will speed up greenlogging this 3 times faster. I'm not even kidding. We literally had games to where we were getting about 27 to 28 rum, which is then an extra 280 points, or pieces of 8. And with that knowledge, instead of doing 1 hour for 300 pieces of 8, you're basically doing close to 900 to 1,000 pieces of 8 an hour. So with needing almost 40,000 pieces of 8, you're then cutting this down to a 40-hour, well, technically about 42 to 50 hours, instead of it being that grind of like over 100 hours of doing this. But if you really want to AFK this, and you know you're going to be doing something on the side, then go ahead and do it. But for me, I wanted to get this done, and luckily enough, I was able to find a CC that was calling out what they're doing for their roles and what team we're going to be going into. So these guys were absolutely amazing. As of now, let's go through and complete this log. Now, what's going to be happening is that you guys are going to be spammed the hell out of this collection log, because why not? I could have done this with the Castle Wars, but I didn't. And that's initially because I didn't have the initial sound. So let's get this set up now, and we are going to go through and finally green log the Trouble Brewing minigame. And after this treasure flag, we just have one more flag to obtain, which is the Phasmatis flag. And as you can see from the chat, I spammed the hell out of it with all 27 new unique items, all thanks to the Trouble Brewing minigame. So if you're ever going to do this, honestly, you got two options. Trying to do your best to make a lot of rum, or just AFK it and just find another thing to do whilst you are doing this minigame. Because again, it is a pretty easy AFK collection log to complete, and honestly, I'm just happy to get this out of the way. So as for our next collection log, I feel like you know what this is, because it is actually in the title and also in the thumbnail as well. We're going to be making our way over to the Guardians of the Rift. So I'm going to have to put all this stuff into my player-owned house and get myself ready to try and get myself potentially 99 rune crafting, trying to green log this. And honestly, I am completely fine with that. The only thing that sucks is that once we start this collection log, this is no longer going to be a lower stat, it's then going to be Slayer. So let's gear ourselves up, ready to go, to take on the Guardians of the Rift collection log. Guardians of the Rift was introduced to Old School RuneScape on the 23rd of March 2022. The minigame gave players a completely new way to train rune crafting, without the usual repetitive process of filling an inventory with essence, travelling to an altar, crafting runes, and then running all the way back to a bank. There are 17 items to obtain for the Guardians of the Rift collection log, with most of them coming from the Rewards Guardian. First, we have the Abyssal Pearls, which are received at a rate of 1 in 7.78. This improves to 1 in 6.94 if you own either all 4 of the original Essence pouches or the Colossal pouch. The other Rewards Guardian items are the Catalytic Talisman at a rate of 1 in 200, the Abyssal Needle at 1 in 300, the green, blue, and red abyssal dyes, with each colour having a drop rate of 1 in 400, the Abyssal Lantern at 1 in 700, and finally, the rarest reward from the minigame, the Abyssal Protector, at a rate of 1 in 4000. You can also receive intricate pouches at a rate of 1 in 28. This improves to a 1 in 25 if you own all of the Essence pouches or the Colossal pouch. These pouches contain another 2 items required for the collection log: the Tarnished Locket at a rate of 1 in 40, and the Lost Bag at 1 in 60. The remaining collection log items are purchased from Apprentice Felix using Abyssal Pearls. The full remnants of the eye set cost 1,350 pearls in total. The hat costs 400 pearls, the robe top and robe bottoms cost 350 pearls each, and the boots cost 250 pearls. We also need to purchase the Ring of the Elements for another 400 pearls, and finally, the most expensive item in the store is the Guardian's Eye, costing a massive 3,000 Abyssal Pearls. Even if we do end up going dry on some of these collection log items, there is at least one major positive. We'll gain plenty of rune crafting levels along the way, while also building up a huge supply of runes that will be extremely useful for future grinds. So here we are at the entrance of the Guardians of the Rift. Now, all I know is that for this log, what I would really love to get so we can really get through this a lot better is the Abyssal Needle and the Abyssal Lantern. And then eventually get ourselves the full robe set so then we can make ourselves a lot more runes, but also at the same time, those robes there will definitely help me with the elites of the achievement diaries too. So once we can hopefully get ourselves the Abyssal Needle, that'll be great. I'll be able to make myself a Colossal Pouch. And then with the Abyssal Lantern, I do not have to bring this Rune Pouch at all because we need to use NPC Contact for the Dark Mage. Because once these degrade, then we're going to have to speak to him and then he will fix them up for us. So I'm not too sure how long this log will take. If anything, if this is like Temporos, I'm going to be really upset. If it is like Wintertide, I would be completely fine with that because we got a 99 at the end and then we were able to green log it. We were pretty lucky on one of the items, which was the Dragon Axe, but we're not going to stress too much about that. As for the pet itself, this will be awesome to try and get. Now, I say this because my main and my ult actually spooned the hell out of that pet. So I'm kind of hoping I could be 3 for 3 in spooning the pet. But really, we just want the needle first and the Abyssal Lantern. So I'm going to try and gather myself 100 searches to go through. And then we're going to open them up and see what we can get for our first 100. So we're going to use the Guardian Stones onto the Great Guardian. That one there is going to be level 60 rune crafting. So once the Great Guardian just blows up this bloody rift, that is level 65 rune crafting. So now I can actually make the death runes here, which is great. And from the looks of it, we're getting pretty close to the 100 in total. So once we get another 10, we should be able to then go through and open it all and see what we can get from the 100 searches. We've gone through and closed 37 rifts and we have 101 rewards to go through. So I do hope that we do get the lantern pretty early as well as the Abyssal Needle. As for the rest of it, I'm not too stressed about. I do feel like I'm going to be getting this pet early. I'm going to really dread saying that because if this becomes Wintertide again, that is not going to be good. So let's see what we can get from these 101 rewards here and hopefully, yet again, we can get ourselves the lantern early. There is the big search option, but we're just going to go with the regular search there because I do like to keep track of everything that we do obtain. And I kind of have a little Excel spreadsheet that I want to complete as well. So let's see what we can get from this rewards Guardian. And most likely it will be the pearls first. So let's see how long it takes for me to get the pearl. And there we go. Second opening. Second one. Perfect. All right. Well, all I know is that we're going to have to get a ton of these because the, what's it called? The Guardian's Eye is like 3,000 of these pearls. But definitely the first one we're going to be getting is the full set first. And then we're going to go for the Guardian's Eye. I'm not going to stress too much about the Ring of the Elements yet. But I think the full set first, then the Guardian's Eye. And then anything else I can buy from the guy over here, from the Felix. From Felix. Hey, sweet. Alright, so there's our first intricate pouch, so that is 5 searches done. Now, what I have decided to do is that with these pouches here, I'm going to be saving them all up until we have everything else we can get from this collection log. Mainly because that these pouches here do give me the hard clues, which is a 1 in 10 chance. So if I do stack up a lot of these, then we can have a really big, or hopefully a really big hard clue opening at the end. And I really do hope I can get the Lost Bag and the Tarnished Locket with that there as well. So we definitely will be saving those up there until the very end. Oh, there we go. And I hate you too, Needle. There is the Catalytic Talisman. So that is about, what is that, 62 searches. So it's not looking too good for me so far. So this kind of sucks right now. 2, 1... No, bro, that is actually disappointing. Oh, no. Okay, well, it's just Pearls, Catalytic Talisman, and the pouch. That does suck, but it's only the start. We can't stress too much about this. It will eventually happen. And then watching literally all these people get all the other stuff as well. I hate that so much, but let's keep closing these rifts and let's get another 100. And with this rift down, that is our first 50th KC here at Guardians of the Rift. So we now have 75 closed rifts, and we do have 109 of the rewards to go through. But I am over here at the Astral Altar. Now the reason behind this is this here. I am 8 XP away from 70. I thought, you know what? I'll just do this one here and I'll get the level. And the game's like, nah, you're 8 XP away. So I might as well just get the level here because I need the astral runes. So there is level 70 rune crafting. So now that's out of the way. Now we can actually go back and let's see what we can get from the 109 rewards. Okay, there we go. Abyssal green dye. All right, so what I believe with this here is that this is the first color I'm getting. So when I actually do go and buy the full outfit, I'm going to make it all green. I do not care. I'm just happy that I was able to get something new from this because at this point, this is getting... I'm a little bit upset because I just see people get lanterns, pets, needles, everything. And here I am with pearls, talisman, pouch, and now a green dye. And with the last pull, we get nothing. All right. So we do have ourselves a green dye. I'm kind of happy with that. At least it is something new, but we can also get ourselves something else new from here. So I do have an option for at least one of these here, and I will actually go for the hat first. I could go for the robe top, but I don't see a need for that at the moment because I got the Varrock body on. So I might as well just get the hat for now since it's deemed as the more expensive item here. So let's go and buy that. And then we have our first piece. And you know what? I might as well use this green dye as well because I did say that I'm gonna be making the full set green here. So we now have the green hat. Did I just... Wait. Okay, no, I thought it was the same thing. For some reason, I thought it said blue. I'm like, why the hell does it say blue when I use a green dye in it? But there we go. We got ourselves a green hat of the eye. And now we need to try and search through this once more to get another 100 rewards. Oh, I didn't realize it. We've closed 101, now 102 rifts. So now we're basically over 100 kill count. 3. All right, one more, and you're kidding me. on the last pull, we get ourselves the lantern. I am so happy with that. I don't. Oh my god, I don't have to worry about using the NPC contact. That was literally on the very last pull. 317 pulls in total. And what's good about this as well is I actually do have enough pearls for me to speak to Felix here and actually buy myself the bottoms as well. So there is 2 pieces of the outfit completed, and we also got the Abyssal Lantern. Now, the only thing I have to do with this is actually just fill it up with the redwood logs that I have, and then I don't have to worry about using NPC contact ever again. I mean, until I get level 99 rune crafting, then we can change this over to the Abyssal Lantern, and we can actually be able to get more points. So let's re-gear up for this with our new lantern and our new robe bottoms, and let's get ourselves another 100. So let's give these stones over to the Great Guardian, and that is going to be 75 rune crafting, which means now I can use the giant pouch that's sitting in my bank. Right, maybe on the last one? So it looks like out of the 100 or so, we weren't able to get ourselves the needle, which does suck, but we do have enough of the Abyssal Pearls here for us just to get the boots, because we're not going to stress about the top as of yet, since we are using the Varrock body. So let's go and buy the boots. And there is a new clog at least. So we're like 2 away from getting 700, which is pretty nice. And we're almost done with the full outfit. So then once the outfit is done, as I did say before, if I can actually find it again. Once the outfit is done, we should be able to then try and buy the ring and then the Guardian's Eye. And every extra pearl that we get, I don't think there's any actual use for them. But I believe I might have to try and look that up. But we'll see how we go with the next 100 opening. Okay, you know what the funny thing is about me just getting this second lantern here? Not for the fact I got a second lantern. It's the fact in my head, I was generally thinking, hey, here's a dumb idea. How about I get every single possible lantern that can fit the logs and just have like a ton of these like lanterns put together? And like, you know, that would be the extreme way. But me thinking of that, I'm just like, no, that I shouldn't do that. And they just gave me a second lantern. These lanterns here are going to be used to give to Apprentice Felix, so I can get more of the Abyssal Pearls here. So it's generally funny that I got myself a second lantern whilst I was thinking, hey, let's just get a whole bunch of lanterns and just shove them all with all the different logs. But I am definitely not going to be doing that. But it's a bit strange that I thought of it and it happened. So we were unfortunate enough to not get ourselves the pearls that we need to get ourselves the robe top, but at least with this second abyssal lantern here, I can go through the dialogue to sell this to him, and I'm pretty sure he gives me 100 pearls in total. Yep, perfect. All right, so I'll sell the second one over to him, and now we can trade him to get the robe top. And there we have the full set of the rope, what's it called? The Guardians of the Rift robe stuff. I don't even know what they are. It's like of the eye. Okay, so we got the full set now. And again, there's no point actually using it whilst in here. But the beauty of me having the full set here and also a pretty good rune crafting level is that I can actually do the majority of the rune crafting requirements for the elite, the achievement diaries. Let's say combat diaries. So I think I might just quickly get those out of the way and then come back here to see what we can get from the next 100. So as I went through to do the rune crafting achievement diaries, I found out that I was actually very close to completing the Varrock Elite diary, which will really help me out going through the rest of the Guardians of the Rift collection log here. So I've got everything I actually need here, I actually do hope, for us to go through to complete the last step for the Elite diary. So once I use this item on the Irrit potion, there is level 85 herb lore done. So now I just need that +5 boost. Hopefully I get it from this one here and just go for it. No, we only got a +1. That's fine. It would have been great if I got it immediately, but not. But there we go. +5 boost off the second stew as well. And there is the Elite diary for Varrock. So now I can make my way over to Toby, so he can give me the Varrock body 4, and then I can use that to complete the Guardians of the Rift collection log. And with that rift closing, that is now 200 kill count. Come on, needle. Yes, finally. There is the Abyssal Needle. That is going to make doing Guardians of the Rift just so much more easier now. I'll be able to hold up to 40 of the, 40 of the Pure Essence. And what's cool about this as well, that is collection log number 700. So I can get the black rank from the collection logger, well, from the collector. So before you go through and open up the rest of them, let me actually go through and get my 4 pouches here. Use the needle onto one of the pouches and combined. And now I have the colossal pouch. So this is going to make rune crafting at Guardians of the Rift so much more better. So let's keep opening things up and let's see if we can get the pet or the other 2 of the dies now. No way! Literally right after the needle. I'm not even kidding. Right after the needle. Needle was 691. And then the red die is 692. Okay, well, that's a second die. So now we're just missing the blue die and the pet. And then we've got everything we need here. And what's great about these dies as well is that I can change them. I can change the color of them. So since we technically start off with green, I'm going to go with the full green outfit. So I think I use the die onto Felix. And I think by just going through this dialogue here, I'll be able to change the color. So I like to swap the red one for a green one. There we go. The only thing that sucks, actually, it is kind of smart that, yes, they've allowed us to change the color of them. And at least it doesn't actually go towards the collection log, which is quite nice. So let's make this one here green. So now we got 2 greens. It's weird. It's blue and green. Why don't you just make it all green? Seriously, it would have been so much better. But at least that is 2 out of the 3 dies done. So when we do get another one, we'll make it green. Then we'll have the full green outfit. 1, and then the pet. Ah, not lucky. But to be fair, getting 2 clogs from the reward guardian there, that is actually pretty sick. So now we have the colossal pouch and we have our second die. So the only thing that we're missing from the rewards guardian now is the pet and the 3rd die, which is the abyssal blue die. So what's great about this opening as well is that we have 619 abyssal pearls. So if I go over to Felix, we can trade for the ring of the elements, and there is another clog. So now all that's left is to get the Guardian's Eye, which is 3,000 pearls, and hopefully we can get the pet soon, as well as the Abyssal Die. Literally, these two here is all that matters before I just go into the big searches, honestly. So hopefully it doesn't take too long to get those, but at least now I get to use my Colossal Pouch, which is pretty sick. And with the rift closing, that is now level 80 rune crafting. And when we take out this rift, that is now 300 kill count. No, not a green die. God damn it. Ugh. Oh my god. Okay, you know what sucks? My boy right here, who's actually over here in the CC, he takes my blue die, and I needed that. And then I just get myself a green die. Oh, that really sucks. But in a way, it's kind of okay because it's my third die, and I might as well put this onto the Rotom. Now I have the full green set now. You know what, I might as well wait this for the rest of it. Let's see if wearing the full set can actually give me some luck until the end. So once we provide the Great Guardian with the stones, that's going to be level 85 rune crafting. So what that means now for me is that this Colossal Pouch can now actually hold 40 essence. So we should be able to get a lot more points a lot more quicker now. Alright, I don't know what the fuck is happening with World 409 right now, but I feel like I'm the only one disconnecting really hard, and it's a bit strange that's only happening to me. My main is completely fine in the Aussie world, but when it comes to this fucking world, I'm disconnecting consistently! What is this shit? JX, fucking fix your shit, please. What the hell is happening today? And with this rift done, that is now 400 KC. No, not another red die. Oh, it's 2 greens and 2 reds now, man. What is this? Oh, God. All right, well, 4 dies in total. None of them blue. Great. Bro, I was over 500 dry of something. Jesus. Oh, dude, come on. Fucking... Legit, 2 openings later, I get myself another Abyssal Lantern. Well, at least with this one here, this actually goes towards the Pearl stack here, so we might as well just throw them straight in. So when the Great Guardian just blasts this rift over here, that is now 500 rifts closed. So another 500 to go to hit the 1k. Do we have to go that far? I would really hope not. Oh, 50 more, please. Please. No, not another lantern. Oh well, honestly, at this point, it doesn't really matter if I keep getting lanterns because I can just keep getting more of these pearls done. So let's just sell it and let's go back into it. There we go. Okay, so I now have 3,000 pearls in the inventory. I can just keep going through with this rewards guardian here because we've got like 36 more to open, but I just want to get this out of the way, mainly because I just want to see a clog. That's really it. So I'm going to go over to trade Apprentice Felix here, and we are going to buy the Guardian's Eye. And now that one there is out of the way. So unfortunately for us at this time still, we still have the Abyssal Protector, the Blue Die, and the Lost Bag, and the Tarnished Locket. So as we did say, we're not opening these pouches yet. We're going to try and get the Pet and the Blue Die first, and then we're going to go through and open all these up here in hopes we get a lot of hard clue scrolls along the way. So let's keep going through with the Rewards Guardian now, because every pearl that we just get is just going to go on to extra sets of the rune crafting kit. So potentially we might be able to get ourselves like 4 sets of the rune crafting outfit. So let's just see how we go with the rest of the clog now. Not the lantern, no. Okay, these are literally just junk to me now. These are nothing. Like, yeah, I can get pearls, but I don't need pearls anymore. Okay, you know what? I might as well go through that mindset I had. Every time I just get these now, I might as well just get a collection of the lanterns and just put all the different types of woods in them. And with this rift down, that is now going to be 600 rifts closed. You know, we've definitely been here for a while, and I say that because that is now level 90 rune crafting. Only 9 more levels to go before we get this skill maxed out. Bro, come on! Why are you giving me another green die? I don't need green dies. I need 1 blue die. That's all I need. Come on. And then this dude gets a pet and a green die. Okay. Alright, I hate you all. Bro, like, right off the first opening, man. Another lantern. Alright, cool. So we're still unfortunately stuck at Guardians of the Rift here, which does kind of suck, but we are still putting in the effort, and as this game is done, we could be getting ourselves level 91 rune crafting. So all I can say at this point is that I generally hate this because it's becoming Temporos 2.0, or kind of close to it, and there's level 91 rune crafting. But yeah, if you guys are actually enjoying this right now, be sure to leave a like and also subscribe to the channel as well. So let's keep up the grind, and hopefully we get everything we need soon. So having a look into our collection log, we have gone through 688 rifts closed, and we have searched 2,643 of them. And as we do know, it is the pet and the abyssal blue dye that we still need, as well as a lost bag and a tarnished locket. But what's cool about this as well is that from all of those searches that we've done, we've now collected 100 of these pouches here. Now, I did say that I want to open these at the end once we do get the pet and the blue dye, but at this point, I just want to see a clog. I'm not even kidding. I just want to see myself get a new clog, and hopefully I can get it from one of these two here. And actually, you know what? Might as well put him in with the lovely Fashionscape instead of the strong rabbit foot, because it's brought us no luck at all, and get rid of the graceful K, because you don't really need graceful once you understand how you move around this here. So I'm going to open all 100 of these. I'm going to see what I can get from the 100s, and I am hoping I can get those two clogs out of the way, because I just want this to be a bit more completed than what it is currently. So I am kind of curious what you can get from 100 of these. So once we do open 100, we'll go through and check the loot tracker and see what you can make if you actually do decide to collect all these and then open up at the end. So let's see what we can get. Hey, there it is. Okay, tarnished locker. So that's after 22 searches of the pouches. That is the tarnished locker obtained. So we can give that to the, what is it? The Lumbridge guide, and then he can give us the amulet. So see how there's Strong's rabbit foot. You've done us no luck to get us the pet or the blue dye. So hopefully the I can't even remember what it's actually called, but the amulet, hopefully that gives us some good luck. And there we go. There is the lost bag done. Okay. So 36 in total open for the pouches, and now we got the lost bag, and we also got ourselves the amulet. So now I'm just going to wear this bag, even though it's literally just a cosmetic. But with that done, now let's actually see what we can get through the rest of these now. And with the last two now, that is 100 of the pouches done. And I can't remember if the hard clues are a 1 in 10 or a 1 in 20. But with opening 100 of those, we've got 10 hard clues. So whatever the rate actually is for that, I would say we probably got pretty lucky with that. And looking at the loot too, runes are pretty average. The fun part of all this is getting all those shield left hearts and also the dragon spears. The crystal keys are a nice touch as well. And also, of course, the XP lamps that we get that we just throw all onto Herblore. So at least now with those pouches there, I don't have to stress too much about them because we now actually got those items for the clog. So really, it's actually just the pet and the blue dye. So good luck to us now because we only got those two items to go before we greenlog. And with this rift going down, that is now 700 kill count. We are now at the halfway point of rune crafting because now that is level 92. Oh my god, I got the pet. Oh my lord, I was not looking at my screen, and I look back and I see myself getting an Abyssal Protector. Why is the rarest fucking thing? I was gonna say, why is it following me? But I don't care, I got the fucking pet. 2,907 rifts open for me to get this pet, man. Oh my lord, it's just the blue dye. It's just the blue. Why is it the blue dye the last one I need? Oh, God. I am so happy I got this pet, man. Oh, my lord. That's fucking amazing that I finally got it. This guy took my blue dye. You know, I'll let you have that, mate, because I got the pet. So now the last thing I just need to do is just get this blue dye. And then I am just done with the Guardians of the Rift. I am so happy to have gotten this little guy. My lord. Okay, cool. Yeah. Alright. Give me another lantern. Because at this point, I don't have And I don't have any new dyes. I'm so dry on the dye. It's weird. I'm very lucky with the lanterns, but I am horrible with getting dyes at the moment. And that's another rift down with 800 rifts closed now. So after we place this cell over here, that is now level 93 rune crafting. Not the green dye! You fucking kidding me, bro? That's four green dyes now. 4. I've gotten 4 green dyes to 2 red dyes. Give me my fucking blue dye. Look at that. Double blue dye and then the red dye. Alright, yeah, you're fucking cool. Oh my god, I hate this. Lantern number 9. I hate you. Yes, we're done. 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 Yes! Oh my god, are you kidding me, man? That was on the last. Was that the last pool? That was. Oh no, I got one more pool left. Oh my god, I'm finally fucking done with Guardians of the Rift, man. This blue dye. This fucking blue dye stopped us from getting this green log, but we're done. We are finally done. I can say finally because I've literally haven't been playing as much on this account for the past couple of, like, months, actually, if anything. This could have been done so much sooner, but I've just had shit on the side, but that's it. 830 rifts closed with 3,289 searches. That is actually lucky considering the pet is a 1 in 4K. But as for these dyes here, man, my god, 7 dyes in total with 4 green and 2 red, and now we finally got our blue dye. So now, since we have the collection log completed, I've got a bunch of hard clues to open up. So let's get all that sorted out, and let's also see what we made from actually just doing Guardians of the Rift. So with all of those intricate pouches, we collected 124 of them for this grind, and we were able to get 11 hard clues in total. And unfortunately for this one here, we're on the 5th step, and the only thing I actually need is the Heraldic Rune Shield. So I am hoping out of these 10 here, we may be able to get it, so now I can actually get 11 hard clues open up here. So let's see what we can actually get from these here, and hopefully we do get ourselves a new clog from it, potentially. So far, we're at 151 hard clues with 40 obtained, so let's see what we can actually get from these 10 here. Oh, sweet, alright. Rune plate skirt with a golden trim, beautiful. Oh. This could have been a triple. Ancient body, Cyclops head, but we got the Obby Mold kit, and I actually do have an Obby Mold sitting in my bank, so that's kind of cool. Yes, I got the helmet. Okay, helmet, yes. I wish it was the shield, though. I did get the Rune Kite shield, but that should have been... that should have been the shield. I would have been able to do that step there. Damn it. Alright, 2 more. 1 more, and that's... Guffix plate, legs, and also a a master clue as well. And for the final one, Dragon Boots ornament kit. Alright, well, I'm nowhere near getting Dragon Boots, but that's kind of nice to have. And we did get a good amount of clog items as well, which is pretty sick. So now we're at 712. So I believe we got ourselves 5 new uniques from those 10 hard clues. Unfortunately, we did not get ourselves the Heraldic Shield, which does kind of suck, but it is what it is. So let's see if we can try to get this Master Clue, and then let's have a look to see what we got from Guardians of the Rift. So unfortunately, we were unable to complete that Master Clue because it told me I needed a Dragon Pickaxe and Rune Boots, and I don't have any of those as of yet. I could have technically had both of them if I decided to do one collection log and the other one actually getting my Slayer up, but unfortunately, I was not able to do that. I should have done one of those earlier, but here we are now. So, when it comes to the Guardians of the Rift, this is actually every rune, every talisman that I was able to obtain from it. So, if I do have a look to see how much this is, all of this here for the runes, 24 mil in total. The lore runes are absolutely amazing to get from this. Even just the basic runes as well, so I don't have to stress about buying them from the stores as well, which is quite nice. So getting all this here is actually pretty good. So if we do have a look, we do have the 9 lanterns, the 4 green dyes, the 2 red dyes, and of course the final blue dye as well. And when it comes to the intricate pouches, we are able to open 124 of them. And funny enough, we did get a Dragon Med Helm, so that was kind of cool to get that. But yeah, this is everything that we were able to obtain from the Guardians of the Rift, and I'm just glad I was now able to complete it so I can get this video out for you guys. So as for our next collection log, we're definitely not going to go on a skilling path. We're going to go back to the PVM scene where I just got another infestation I need to get rid of and hopefully get a pet for it. So let's get ourselves ready for the next big collection log, and let's see how long this one will actually take us.